Hello and welcome to Green Man Gaming plays the first hour of Prey. I've got Milo here.
Hello.
Gina.
Hello.
And me, Rob. And we're just going to crack on with this video and talk over it in general commentary fashion. Just so you know, me and Gina have played the demo last week. Milo hasn't played it before, so we're just going to crack on and let's play. So, as you can see, creepy start menu. So this is...
Nightmare mode is.
Oh god, I dread to think.
I found normal quite hard.
That's because they had to crack it back down to easy for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cool thing about this is you can actually choose from male or female Morgan at the start.
Does it do very much Mass Effect, where it just refers to you as your surname all the way through? And
Well...
it sneakily gets around the gender change throughout the game.
Well, the good news is Morgan's usually quite a gender-neutral name, so it's like, good morning, Morgan. Done. I've got to say, though, when I played this game, the graphics were pretty damn amazing.
What did you play on?
Play on PC, but I had controller. I know people started complaining, why aren't you using keyboard and mouse, but...
It's always just a few tests.
Mm. The problem is I was playing on an Xbox controller, I'm a little bit used to PlayStation, so I'll be jumping around randomly a bit.
See, when you start picking these up, it doesn't make sense in the beginning, like all this scrap.
True.
But it does make sense later on when you... Well, we'll explain later on, but when you come to a certain machine, then you can use all those scrap parts.
Yeah, true. I mean, generally when I'm playing video games, if I could put things in my pocket, I will.
Yeah, I was picking everything up.
Are you both hoarders?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm absolutely a hoarder.
I need it. I don't know what it does, but I need it.
Even things that explicitly are described as trash, there must be a use for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if it's like banana peels or something, it's just like, well, yep, that's safe for later.
But I think little scraps of food in this give you a slight raise in health.
I always love that
that's
idea
worth
in
it.
all games, especially RPGs, when you're halfway through killing a dragon and you're just like, if I just eat this loaf of bread, everything will be fine.
Or a pack of crisps. The weirdest place you find a pack of crisps.
Pack of crisps fighting a dragon, that's interesting. The first thing I did was put the suit on.
So I wasn't expecting this.
What, putting the suit on?
No, him being part or her being part of the Transtar straight away.
Hmm.
So, Prey Noob, Transtar.
It's the corporation that basically set up Talos 1, which is the space station.
Right.
So the Typhon had already invaded Talos 1, and they took over to try and contain the Typhon and learn their abilities such as Mimic and etc.
Cool.
So they've tried to master that, which kind of from this situation looks like it might have happened or is happening.
It was about here, which I thought, awesome, I found a really interesting thing to read. Turns out it's a recipe book.
I mean, that's some interesting detail to put in there.
Might come in handy later on.
I don't know what it is with me, but when I go into like bathrooms and games or something, I've got to check if I can see my reflection in the mirror.
I think it's an important bit of detail. Check all the plumbing works.
Yeah.
Some bad ties there. It's a very nice apartment.
It really is.
Morning, Mr. Yu. Heard there's a chopper on the roof.
Maintenance
Must be for you.
That makes it pretty obvious what you're supposed to do next.
Yeah, there's some signposting there. There's only 2 destinations on this 45 floor building, floor or roof. Offering.
I'm always a fan of good outside graphics.
Yeah, which I didn't think we would see in this in Prey at all. I didn't think we'd see any exterior, but yeah, it's really cool.
Agreed. That, and I just absolutely love this soundtrack.
Sort of naturally, it's essential to have sort of a jazzy soundtrack and some panoramic city views to show off the engine.
I also like the fact that the credits are actually ingrained into the buildings and stuff.
That's a nice view on the bay there.
That, and I can just listen to this all day.
How did you describe this genre?
Like Psy-wave mixed with retro science fiction.
I like it.
It's a genre I'd like to get to know more about.
Yeah. Also feels a little bit Daft Punk, which I like. But later Daft Punk.
Like easy listening version of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Prey, excellent. Yeah. So that's in case we were unsure what we were playing.
This is Prey 2017, not 2006.
Something which we need to make clear. So I'm surprised it didn't even have Prey, the sequel, on the top of the building.
Well, it's not a sequel, it's a reboot.
But it is a reboot, so that is another classic. Don't know anything about the Prey series comment. First of many.
Yeah, you don't really need to know about 2006 Prey in order to play Prey. They're not related.
So what is the connection? They're not related at all? It's a
No.
reboot?
They did start
How
at
does that
Prey
work?
2, but they decided to scrap it because it wasn't what they wanted it to be.
What was Prey 1 in brief?
So basically you are this Cherokee Indian who's abducted by aliens. Him and his family are abducted by aliens, and then you just have to save the world.
So it really wasn't related.
No, I mean, one of the big selling points of the previous Prey was the fact that it had Portal technology before Portal did.
Cool.
But then Portal sort of came out the same time as, like, look at our Portal technology, and Prey was like, oh.
Morgan, finally.
So this is our brother, Alex. Another Alex to add to the list at Green Man Gaming.
He's a handsome chap.
Hey, you don't look terrible in a TranStar uniform. How's your eye?
Oh, thanks.
Red? I know the test might seem a little unconventional, but it's a you family tradition. Breaking convention is in our blood. Once you start the test...
Now, I know that voice. I know that voice very well. That is one of the lead characters in Marco Polo.
Oh, really?
He plays kind of the lead king. I couldn't forget that voice.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't actually watched
nice
it.
little crossover. It's quite a good show. If you enjoy this man's voice, you might enjoy that show.
Good advertising there, dude.
I mean, if that reference is wrong, going to get some heat. I'm confident.
Well, you know.
Confidence is failing.
IMDb that.
Someone will have to after this.
Because I was kind of surprised that he was our brother, or that like any of our other family members were involved in the storyline at all. I didn't see that coming.
So are we on a space station? No, we're not. We're on a space station at some point.
Good morning, Morgan.
You are on the space station.
We are.
Looks like we have some tests to run.
Well, it's kind of a watch and find out type thing.
Okay, so that's just not supposed to be clear at this point.
No.
Okay.
You're going to do fantastic.
So basically the idea is you're just running some tests at TranStar at the moment. So you're in the TranStar building running tests on their Neuromod technology.
Go with your gut.
The strong start to any game of this sort, really, isn't it?
Basically. I had fun doing these tests.
I think this is a nice way to learn the controls, but also incorporate the storyline.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fine. Let's move on.
It feels Half-Life-y.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. It's kind of funny. I was like, is that it? Can I smash this out? No. Oh. Okay, next test room then.
They've gone to quite a lot of effort to create an entire room in which all you do is pick up a box.
It's true. It gets better.
They must have really spent their cash wisely in this facility.
No, I'm kidding. You only have 9 seconds.
I love this
The red
guy.
button when you're ready to start.
He's such a douche.
Oh. Captain Sarcasm. So I was actually checking where's good to hide first. Turns
I
out
can't believe you didn't go straight to the chair.
I wanted to be different. Everybody would have gone for the chair. To be honest, it's a surprise to them, so kudos for there.
Synaptic register? At all? No? No, that's fine. Sorry, let's keep things moving.
I suppose what also makes it a little bit Half-Life-y is you're another mute character, like Gordon.
Okay, so you don't tend to speak at all. It gets around a lot.
At least from this playthrough, I didn't notice the actual character himself speaking.
Did you have any cutscenes? Or maybe we'll find out.
Well, that's the great thing about this game is the fact that it's a bit like Bioshock in that the gameplay and the story happen whilst you play. Obviously the gameplay does. I meant the story.
Okay, I'd hope so.
Press the red button when you're ready. I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening? Simmons?
What I really want to know is, obviously that's the natural way for me to do that. What's the unnatural way which makes them think different things? Like, for example, I just jumped over that wall. What would anybody else do in those tests?
I think they're looking for something specific. I think all will become clear.
Ooh, ominous.
Ooh.
Because that's what I thought at first. I was like, I'm doing fantastic.
Did you feel like they were taking the piss out of
Yeah.
you failing the tutorial?
That's what I thought. I tried to look at Rob's screen. I was like, are you getting this dialogue?
Right, I want to know, Gina, what answers you got for these questions?
Oh, okay. I think I would. They're really brutal questions.
They really
actually,
are.
Aren't they?
Also, I want to see what Milo would have answered.
Now, so I did watch through some of these earlier, and I forget
Okay.
exactly what the questions were now, but something of a slight moral dilemma.
They start off like goading you in, nice, easy.
All right, so
questions.
familiar or new?
New, definitely new.
Yeah, I went new too, obviously.
Like a gin tasting experience.
A, B, or C?
I think I went for angry.
Okay.
I don't think I was calm.
So far, 2 for 2.
Oh, see, for these ones, I went for do nothing the whole way through.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I was like, this is not my problem.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like there's a whole ethical debate to be had here.
I had one of the guys from Bethesda as well, standing behind me. I was like, is he judging me for
I mean,
my
he
choices
was
right
definitely
now?
judging you.
So I went switch tracks.
You switched tracks.
Yeah,
I think.
I like living life on the edge.
I feel like Rob has a stronger moral compass than Gina, whose main decision is to try and avoid getting involved.
I'm sorry, fat man.
I feel like Rob really thought about this. I was just like, I'm not doing anything. This is not a situation I want to be involved in. That would be on you forever. I don't know how these questions affect the game.
Wouldn't the
idea.
5 people dying instead of 1 be on your conscience?
See, I
forever?
sacrificed myself for the greater good.
Yeah, but then my thought was, well, who are those people?
Well, that is quite selfless indeed.
For this next part, I'm going to display an image. I want you to take a good look at it. In a moment, I'm going to ask you what...
Oh, 2 mugs.
Oh, well, that looks extremely unhealthy.
You've got Mimic on you.
See, this I thought was really good because I was kind of feeling like I'm nailing these tests. This is lovely. What a lovely little tutorial. And then suddenly, bam,
Dead.
you're in it.
Well, not dead. He's dead, I think. We don't know.
Alex. Simmons, what's going on?
We have a problem.
What about Morgan?
He's alive, sedated.
Clean it up. I'm on my way.
Got it.
Good Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th,
It's time for Groundhog Day.
2022.
Yep, done this before. I think I have to leave.
Ah. It's just like when you've not read your emails a little while and
Coming over the weekend, it's just like boom! Yay, some more rubbish I can put into my pockets.
So when you wake up again, all the inventory that was in your bag has gone, so you have to go around to take it all over again. I was
obviously
annoyed
you're
about that.
hoarding everything here, being like, maybe I need a screw later.
And then this time I was like, well, what happens if it happens again? What about if I take all these things and then, you know, I fall asleep and then I have to do it all over again? So I don't think I took as much this time, and then this is the time that you really need it.
I was like, ooh, he's got a games controller.
So you've woken up, you've seen a series of messages that say danger, danger, leave now.
Yeah.
And your instinct is to grab a few screws and read a book.
Yeah.
I think you do strange things in that situation. Anyway.
I'm
Who knows
panicking.
how
I need
they'd
to calm
act.
down. Well, the thing is, before we jumped into the demo, the Bethesda guys did say, go ahead, read everything, take everything in. So I did.
Well, you've got to make the most of the opportunity you had to preview.
Yeah, indeed. I tried to put the lamp back after I'd knocked it over. I failed.
You can pretty much climb on everything as well, which is quite good.
Yeah. Yep, toilet's still there. Hey, I remember doing this last time.
Yeah, it just seemed awfully familiar.
But I even felt like when I woke up this time, the feeling had changed slightly. I know because of the mimic, but even just in the apartment, the atmosphere felt a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely with the sound effects as well. It's a little bit more eerie.
The sound effects in this are incredible and terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, hello, different.
Something has changed.
Not sure what.
As is typical with games like this, wrench is the first weapon.
Well, it's just very handy she was doing maintenance just outside your door.
You're not dreaming. What happened yesterday was real. If
My
you want to
birthday's
know
in
what's going
February.
on, first, you need to get out of your apartment building.
Wow.
You're not.
Oh, yeah, well, I think we might have gathered that we're not very safe.
Just thought I'd do a little bit of a power slide there, just to check out the mechanics.
Back into the apartment.
I love how you went straight for that, like you knew.
Ooh, well.
Ah.
Well.
What would you have done, Milo?
I don't think that's what I would have done at first. I feel like I would have explored the corridors first.
I genuinely actually thought, okay, if I smash the window, I could probably go over the balcony, but no. I was actually talking with the publishers afterwards, and they said there's actually multiple ways out of that apartment.
Oh, that's a nice feature, actually.
I'm pretty sure you can get through the fish tank.
Interesting. It's nice that in a game that I presume is relatively linear, it has a few options to, to do things your own way.
Yeah.
Because it can be really frustrating in games like this, can't it? Where you can't quite figure out the one thing you're supposed to do.
You'll see later on there's different ways of getting through doors, and the average way is to go and find the key card. But the key card will be in a room that you don't really want to go into. Or there are sort of two other ways that you can do it a little bit more stealthily.
Oh yeah, there's the fish tank.
Did you go for some of those stealthy options, or did
No,
you?
I went straight for key card actually.
I'm all guns blazing personally, so.
All wrenches blazing.
Well, yeah. Also, I wanted some pizza. Didn't allow me to pick up the pizza.
The atmosphere is great. Isn't
I love it.
Now, I am not one for creepy, atmospheric, dead spacey kind of scary things going to jump at me. I don't know, the music scares me kind of games.
So basically any of the Alien games.
Yeah, all of those, all of the above. So I feel like if I was
This
playing
is
right
cool.
now,
So that was the chopper you took.
that's very cool. Okay, so the myth starts to unravel a little bit. Where you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, sorry, I let that go a little bit earlier than I should have, but yeah.
Smashy, smashy.
But then I think for anyone who has seen some of the trailers, it is apparent that you don't spend the whole game in your cushy apartment.
True, and some of our viewers may have seen the playthrough without commentary, so...
And they're so excited that they're willing to watch it again.
Aw,
with
thanks,
us
guys.
chattering over it.
Just the whole atmosphere I'm in love with this game. No, don't use the window you already smashed, Rob. Smash another window. Okay, great.
Crisis is not really a cause for vandalism, is it?
I think the lighting in this as well is superb.
I love the fact that the walls move and stuff too. Just to keep up the illusion.
Because you found that bolt quite early on, didn't you?
Hmm. Now you know why there's only 2 floors.
Well, that does answer that question, doesn't it? I never really wanted to get into a lift, and it just says confirm. I don't really. Where are you going to take me?
I love that. It's not actually a moving lift, it just moves the walls. It's so cool.
That's a really nice little feature.
So I'm in the lobby again. Did you ever play System Shock back in the day?
No, I didn't.
This feels very much like System Shock. In that you're on a space station, there's an impending doom happening, and you've got to survive.
And you're going to use green tea to do it.
Yes, I am. Just me checking out the menus. Also,
there's a nice classic inventory system there.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like you can hold quite a lot as well.
All the more reason to hoard those banana peels, people.
Well. A toupee just popped around the corner to scare you.
You can probably mimic as a toupee. That would be an interesting...
A great strategy, I think.
Yeah.
Eerie music.
Scary music is scary. I love it. In a crisis, people leave their emails open.
It seems to be, in disaster settings, people always seem to have just enough time to type a death rattle of a message on an iPad before they die.
It's true.
It's very handy that they do that.
Check
I'm not sure what I'd do.
Yeah. Check this out. So this is like the bird's eye view of my apartment. Just walk over a bit.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's really creepy. So they were watching you the whole time.
What? After sort of looking at that, I was kind of kicking myself, thinking I should have looked up.
Yeah.
Just made you jump so much.
Oh.
Oh, hi there, buddy. This is pretty cool.
Ooh.
No one has been able to stop the mimics from multiplying since they broke containment. I'm going to help you stay alive. Just a little further.
I don't think he's going back up. So I'm going to take his banana peel and green tea.
Green tea didn't save him. So we got first bit of combat.
Yeah. Smack it in the head. Wherever its head is.
I didn't expect to come up against enemies this early on in the game. I thought it would ease you in a little bit more.
I mean, we've been going for a little while now.
In Bioshock fashion, I guess. I didn't expect that either.
Also, another neat little thing, you can hoard medikits in your inventory, or you can use them there and then. Always like that in games.
Hmm.
There's me trying to read emails, so...
Is that a little quest item that was just added because you read the email?
I think so, yeah. That's what I think of whiteboards. So in classic Arcane Studios fashion, you can play your way. It's the same phrase they use for Dishonored as well.
Are we going to say it? Pray your way?
Oh, there we go. I was this close to introducing it as Let's Pray, Pray.
I mean, there's still time.
I think that's the first time it happens, isn't it?
So
An
they just
object.
jump out the floor. So what was it? I didn't see what
It was a waste paper bin.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm getting a feel for how that could just keep you on edge, really, couldn't it?
You're never safe. There's. I didn't feel safe once.
I feel like that my highlight would be if, you're running for like a med kit and it turns out it is a med kit and you just be like, oh, well. Typical.
I do like the fact it keeps you second guessing in that respect.
It's a nice idea.
So yeah, much like sort of previous arcane games like Dishonored, etc., you can sort of read books, emails, and they'll give you a little bit of backstory behind the Talos one and the general story as a whole. Also, there's some pointless stuff.
I feel like every coffee book is a threat.
I know, right?
It is quite good though because you do get the music when an enemy's near or in the room.
I wonder if, because that's always like a nice cue, you're going into a room where there's danger. I think it can be really fun, and they do this sometimes, where, the danger music takes over and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yay, keycard.
Maybe that will happen later on, I'm not sure. But there's always been something there when the music's come on so far.
I mean, the importance of games, music in games, is the same as it is in movies, really.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is the first time we see a phantom.
And a hello to you, sir.
That was a phantom.
Phantom is a window looker.
Keep moving.
Phantoms are a lot quicker than the mimics. We thought the mimics were quick.
Phantoms are a pain in the butt, I'm gonna lie.
When I saw it, I was like, am I expected to fight this with my wrench?
First projectile weapon.
So I was really happy we got this quite early on.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
seen gameplay of it, and it looks so exciting to play with.
That is an acronym that they just kind of went, we want it to be called glue. What can we do? So you got your glue cannon.
Yeah. Me going back into my inventory again.
They need to invent these auto-diagnosing medikits.
So I spent a long time in this area changing my weapon setup because of how I naturally press it on the D-pad, which you can do, which is great. So you can
That's good.
flick quickly between the glue cannon and the wrench, which you'll see here, why that's really important. Because this doesn't kill them.
No. It's like the classic Bioshock 1-2 punch, isn't it? So you got the sort of disable them, then smack them around the head.
Which is a great way of playing. I love playing that kind of way. This was definitely my favourite weapon. And I actually preferred the glue wrench combo opposed to other guns and weapons that you see. I think it's probably because I prefer being up quite close to the enemy as opposed to...
Up close and personal.
Yeah.
So I really liked in that little sequence so that's like your first real taste of combat.
Yeah.
And the music's really intense. And there's some kind of visual effects there as well. Like blurring your screen a little bit. It makes it feel quite panicky.
I was panicking, I'm not gonna lie.
Morgan looked very composed, so it didn't come across.
You know, just to make sure the water cooler works.
Well, in a time like this, hydration is, ever more important.
Agreed.
Well, we thought the water would give you health as well. It doesn't.
No.
No, unfortunately not.
You know, promoting synergy in the workplace.
That slide was taken out of every corporate handbook.
So yeah, whilst I was doing that combat bit, January chimed in and said I should get the Neuromod over in the cabinet. But, you know, me being me, I thought, let's just look around a bit. Doesn't matter if the space station is really being taken over by aliens, I'm just going to enjoy the sights. So our first Neuromod. Awesome thing is, it's time to upgrade my skill tree. Woo!
So what one did you go for in the end?
I think I went scientist because, you know, health.
So it looks a bit like smart, techie, and fighty for the
Yeah.
skill trees.
Basically.
I wonder if it's possible to get all of them. I'm not sure. To complete all of the skill trees, or if you just go for one.
Well, I think that's the beauty of play your way, as they say. Poet, I didn't know it. Is that you can sort of mix and match. Yeah, I thought for the benefit of everyone, I'd go through every single thing.
I feel like these first decisions sometimes feel so critical.
Yeah, true.
I think by the time you've got to this point, though, what's really great about the game is you know how you want to play it. So it gives you that time before your first Neuromod to really make that decision about what kind of player you want to be.
And presumably some of these skills help you kind of solve the puzzles or get around the rooms or hack things or fix things.
Which I think will become more important later on in the game as well.
So what about you, Milo? Are you more all guns blazing, or are you more stealth?
I'm distinctly indecisive. I can never stick to one style of play, and therefore my skill tree tends to reflect a bit of a mishmash of non-complementary skills and abilities.
I think it's very game dependent as well.
True. I mean, with Dishonored, I was seeing myself going more stealth, whereas in this, I was like, right, let's take everything out with the glue gun and smash it.
So this favourite I felt was massively important.
Oh,
This was a bit of a game changer to me. I wish I'd knew more about this before my first combat. So it makes it easy to switch between weapons, restore health.
Yeah, even though I did use a skill wheel quite a bit, I noticed whilst I was sort of panicking in later bits of combat that I would actually go to my inventory just to take a minute and then take some health and then jump back in again. But the skill wheels were still very useful. Again, this feels very Bioshock in that the space station's set out in chunks. So, you know, in like exploration games such as this, you sort of have one area and then, you know, if you go into the next area, there'll be a loading screen and sort of load it back up again. But you can go back and forward, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I was getting better.
So you can pick up their organs, which I asked about what they did, and I think later on in the game they become more important in harvesting them for certain abilities.
Yeah, I like the idea that you're running around this place trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And one of your instincts, as any gamer would be, was, well, make sure we search the bodies.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one. Running around with a bag full of dead mimics.
Yep.
But because I had been playing so much Bioshock recently, when I jumped into For Honor the other day, as soon as I killed someone, I stood over their body. I was like, no. It's not that kind of game.
You should be able to loot everything in every game.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the lobby level. Well, I say level. Area, I should say more.
I've been playing some of Conan Exiles recently, and obviously you can loot stuff in there where you kill people, and it's one of those games where they haven't seemed to figure out any system as to what people should be carrying, because you kill some guards and it turns out they have 34 iron rocks in their pocket. What are you doing with these?
So you have to figure out what's useful.
This guy did not have a good day.
He's got a lot of things though.
Yeah.
So you can pick up Neuromods. You got a Neuromod from him.
Yeah.
Did you use it?
I think I did later.
Well, some jazzy shotgun music.
And a jazzy looking shotgun. I kind of really like the whole screen on the side of it showing the
I was
ammo.
just thinking that. It's a really nice way to... I like it when games do this, where you don't actually have to have it on the HUD. They find a more creative way to show it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Dead Space did a nice job with that, where you didn't really have HUD items. It would show your HP bar through your suit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Man, I really loved like the first Dead Space, but sort of after that it kind of went a bit eh.
After a couple of hours of playing it in a dark room, I put it down and never picked it up again because I was just too scared.
Fair enough.
I enjoyed what it did.
You can appreciate it from a level.
Yeah.
So me just messing about with my inventory. What I also really like is the fact you can move bits in your inventory to make more room, as it were.
Yeah, that really classic system.
So this is actually the first time you realise you're on the space station.
It's quite a nice revelation if you have managed to avoid spoilers thus far.
I found the lobby is so huge. It's massively intimidating.
It's a very big environment. It's very empty.
It's got a real
banana
different
peel.
feel when you go into that lobby to the rest of the places you've been so far.
I like that your items, your inventory seem to be colour coded between like junk, maybe consumables and weapons.
Yeah, it was really handy.
Spend a lot of time in your inventory.
That's how I play games. I mean...
Strategy.
You need to play some more inventory management games.
No, that's just boring.
There's a Tetris lover in you there.
God, imagine that going into your inventory and suddenly da 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 da
It's the
plays.
only way you're allowed to move things around.
You need to get to your office. I've updated your map. There's a video you need to see. I know you have a lot of questions.
Now, I'm not sure whether that's the space station just disintegrating or the Typhon just wrecking the space station up.
So they've gone with what is a bit of a video game trope, really, which is the old you've woken up, but there's a mysterious voice that seems to be in contact with you, popping up at opportune times.
Yeah.
Which I presume maybe later you'll meet.
You do find out.
But
You find out in this gameplay actually, so if you don't want to have that spoiled for you, then maybe don't watch until the end. But
Yeah.
I think it's a good twist.
Someone else having a good day?
why is it that all she was carrying was a banana peel?
Maybe
Yeah.
she just had breakfast.
You know, I want to know if she had some money you could steal.
Can you see it?
Ooh.
I love the sound of this, not gonna lie.
See, that wasn't immediate, was it? That there was an alien in the room. That was quite subtle.
Yeah. It gave you a chance to be like, oh, this is bad.
They are quick.
So the Phantom does speak. I'm trying to work out where it gets its speech from, because it sounds like recordings from the space station, which makes it even more eerier.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's dead. Yeah, no, it's
Getting
Yep.
some health.
That was me taking 5.
yeah. Oh, just gonna take a breather.
I think it's because it's so quick, I don't know where the heck it went.
See, I thought when I saw your playthrough, I thought you'd killed it, but the music was still going.
The music gets louder, so I was trying to sort of...
Find it via the echolocation.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Is it getting louder because you're getting closer to it, or?
I thought it was, but it turns out it's actually these guys triggering it.
Okay.
That's some good shooting.
Thanks.
That was efficient. Impressive.
If I can strafe, I'm happy.
Aha.
But the music's still going,
Yeah.
so you know it's alive somewhere.
What I also like about the glue gun is if you sort of misshoot too much, it kind of hinders your avoidance because there's loads of glue on the floor.
There he is. I don't know if shooting them on certain parts of their body does more damage than other parts.
No idea.
I don't think it has the headshot.
I don't think it
damage
has a
that
head.
normally-
Oh, look, the infantry again.
There are a lot of different rooms to explore in the lobby,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, I feel like I wouldn't know where I was supposed to go.
I mean,
I think that's okay though.
Yeah.
You have a mini map
Yeah.
you can use.
you do have a waypoint as well.
I
which
mean
you
that
see
in
at
a
the
good
top.
way. Sometimes that lack of clarity is good.
Mm.
I think it adds to the atmosphere of the game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've still kind of woken up and have no idea
Yeah,
what's
you're
happening.
supposed to feel a little lost.
I also like the fact, even though this is an all guns blazing game. Oh, hello.
I shot it anyway.
Suspicious.
Maybe didn't want to waste one of your 2 shotgun shells,
Really didn't. Oh, it's a bin.
but looted it anyway.
Yeah. Morning.
And there you are.
It was when I was speaking to one of the guys from Bethesda, he was saying that you really come to that dilemma where you might have spent all your bullets, you've got 1 shotgun shell left, and you're looking at 2 trash cans.
There's also quite a cool thing that Bethesda confirmed that on each playthrough the mimics won't be in exactly the same place. They would have taken the
That's nice. There's just a little bit of procedural in there.
yeah. So this is the only turret I came across which could help me. Seeing as Gina went into easy mode, you had how many?
I think 2. 1 in the lobby as well. I wanted to enjoy the game.
You mean walk through the game? But that's fine too.
I know.
I mean, I'd hate to go all the way to an amazing early game preview experience and not be able to complete it.
Yeah, it's true.
I did panic at one point. I was like, am I supposed to be there by now? I think you get so lost in exploring, you sometimes forget what you're supposed to be, what your task is, or the next room you're supposed to go to is.
I love this password. OMG hot boss.
I can see that being used around the office.
Diagnostic check. Verbose. IFF. Nominal power load. Nominal actuators. Nominal tilt handling.
That's the turret, by the way.
I was wondering.
And even though this turret is on your side, there are machineries in the game that are security machines that are deadly, and are enemies aboard the ship as well.
Yay, my office.
Quite nice office.
Thanks.
The video should be on your workstation.
And in classic Rob Plays games, I'm not going straight for the video, I'm going to look in every single corner.
No, but I think this is great because you show us how these machines work.
Hmm.
So are these some crafting benches maybe?
We will find out later, but yeah, I'm just hoarding everything at the moment. And I just love the little sort of eerie music. I know I keep saying
It's
it.
good. It's really nice. Really nice soundtrack.
I feel like this isn't as eerie though. You feel like you're a bit safer here. The music's a bit more upbeat.
You see, at this point, I found the fabricator and I thought, excellent, I'll use it. Oh, I don't have any things. I'll come back later then.
But, so you already have a wrench anyway.
So I wonder if your wrench can tire.
Maybe. I didn't have enough ingredients.
Is that weapon durability under your health bar? Or is that...
I think that's shield.
Oh, shield.
In classic FPS
Yeah, I was just
fashion.
wondering if it's not fully charged and they tend to recharge and stuff.
Oh, alright then, I'll listen to the video.
So is hopefully we're about to find out what's going on, are we?
First I'll eat this apple, then I'll think about the video.
You look like you're going to run out of room soon, though, Rob.
Yeah.
You have picked up an awful lot of trash.
I told you I like to fill my pockets. But, you know, I noticed I had some Neuromod, so...
So how many Neuromods have you got now? You've got 3.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot.
I'm a hoarder.
Oh, but it requires more Neuromods the higher the skill tree.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's got 1 Neuromod per skill.
Health, always health. Thanks, Jason. First, I'm going to the safe.
It does look awfully safe.
Back in the inventory.
Well, I got a weapon upgrade kit, so, you know, just thought I'd show that off a bit. No, or just... Ah, so I thought I could place it on top of the weapon first.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
I wondered where you were going with that.
So we went for glue cannon range, not shotgun upgrades?
Well, I noticed with the glue cannon that the glue itself, when fired, sort of arcs.
Yeah, I saw that in your combat.
So I thought range for that would be better. I'm getting myself mixed up now.
Trying to do it again.
A little bit embarrassing. I also did go for shotgun as well.
I always think I go for recoil straight away on upgrades.
Well, you would.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's pretty important to me.
I love the way he always flips the wrench too when you come out your
Yeah,
infantry.
it's nice, isn't it? You thought so as well.
Yes, you did. Now I can't stop noticing it.
No, I just peruse my emails.
Ooh, you made it.
For a minute there, I did think that was signed by Milo.
I actually knew all about Prey all along.
I thought people watching this video could read all the emails for their benefit.
Yes. I think it would have been even better if you just read all of them out loud.
I'm not recording this again.
So I'd say this is a bit of a spoiler.
Bit of a revelation,
Yeah.
so...
If you want to wait to the game and then look away now.
So that is a big spoiler alert.
Buffering.
Tough day, right? If I'm talking to myself, it must be. Now, your memory's shot full of holes. I know. I'm sorry, but it's permanent. So the first thing you need to know is you can trust January. It's an operator, a sort of backup of you and me. It knows what you've forgotten. We've been testing a new kind of neuromod based on the Typhon organisms, mapping their neural patterns onto ours. Problem is, when you uninstall a neuromod, it resets your memory back to the moment you first put it in. That's why you forget. There's supposed to be a process to bring you back up to speed between test runs. But someone could just skip that part, turn a single day into your entire life. Well, that's exactly what Alex did. The question is, why? You're not gonna like what I have to say next.
Ooh.
Typical.
When that happened, I felt so unsafe. I just turned around with my shotgun, like.
Well, that's why I quit the glue gun. I was like, right.
But I can't let you listen to that. Not until I've had a chance to explain everything in person. For now, just... Damn it. I have to go. Just sit tight. Please.
So we don't know who to trust.
No. I wondered if I did sit tight, he would like turn up and go, "Hey, brother, how's it going?"
Is it Far Cry that did that in recently?
Yeah, Far Cry 4.
So if you didn't leave the room, you just
Finish the game.
finished the game.
Dr. Calvino's workshop in the hardware labs. He invented
Oh.
Ah.
If this game's taught me anything, is smashing things is good.
I'm looking for another way.
Okay, well, I don't think I would have done that.
Ah.
See, this is why I like the wrench. It's actually quite useful for a lot of different things, not just killing enemies. In quite a lot of games, the wrench is kind of just like your first weapon.
Yeah.
Once you get a shotgun, you never really revisit it. But
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the end of the story bit of the demo, but then I was allowed to sort of explore Talos 1. Well, as much as Talos 1 that was unlocked at the time.
I mean, so for me, this I can assume this wasn't one of my kind of games. But I'm much more intrigued after watching this.
So this is me actually using the recycler now. So all that rubbish I've been hoarding.
Did it finally come good?
It did.
So the moral of the story is stick to what we've always done and hoard everything.
Basically.
I'm the same. I play a lot of third-person shooters opposed to first-person, so this was very different for me to take on. But it was really fun.
I'm a first-person shooter nut, so I obviously loved it. But not in the sort of Call of Duty sense first-person shooter. I'm
No.
more the story-driven, much like this. So yeah, now I've taken the recycled materials, I can whack them in the fabricator, and lo and behold...
Now that is swish.
glue gun ammo. Or glue cannon ammo, I should say. And I can finally make another wrench. Hooray!
I think that's amazing.
That's a bit of fun, that isn't it? That's a nice way to do it.
Really is. It'd be interesting to see how many of these fabricators and recyclers are dotted around Talos 1, whether you've got to manage your inventory and not just fill your boots, as it were.
I think it's going to make it quite difficult. I think you're going to struggle for ammo, and that's how I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm playing Bioshock 3 at the moment. I love it when I run out of ammo.
Yeah.
It makes it tough.
Yeah, because otherwise you can just settle into one style of play as well, can't you? And I like games that make you...
It make you work for it.
yeah.
My old buddy the turret again. Principles of Neuroscience, the 10th edition.
Quite sure.
Yeah. Don't think I came across the other 9. People leaving their emails open again.
So what was your next task after this?
Well, I was just generally exploring, see how far I could get, because, you know, the story bit of the demo finished, so I was just like, right, what can I do? What can I find? That type of thing.
So although we're finding a lot of dead bodies, we've just spoken to Alex Yu, so we know he's aboard the ship somewhere.
Yeah. He told us to hold in the office, but who's going to do that?
There's an inherent distrust of anyone who tells you not to run around and kill everything, isn't there?
It's true.
Well, he might just be caring for you. I mean, most of these people do seem to be dying.
So I was actually leading these guys to the turret to save my ammo.
The turret was pretty effective. Is that them kind of... It looked like they were reluctant to follow in, almost like the turret was there.
That's what I found as well.
They're clever.
The AI is pretty smart.
That's really nice, because, you know, there's not many games, I think, give their eyes some forethought beyond just movement.
What did he just disguise himself as?
Pistol.
Oh.
Ah, so I saw that pistol. I was hoping you were going to go pick it up.
Yeah, so you can pick up the pistol. No.
No, there is still a pistol.
So I thought it would just be like trash cans and mugs and things like that, but they can do guns as well. That's going to make it slightly difficult.
That is going to make it annoying.
I found this really handy, this weapon.
A silenced pistol.
Yeah.
Did you prefer it to the shotgun, do you think?
Well, for accuracy purposes, yes.
Yeah, it does look accurate. Nice. You can also use the glue guns on walls to climb up to different ledges.
Oh,
so that's another way you can get from room to room.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have one.
What, in life?
Yeah, a glue gun, not a mimic or like peril, but...
Also, another little nice touch I found is in this room I come across another fabricator / recycler, but it's broken. So I'm like,
oh.
See what your hopes up.
Yeah, basically. Oh, look, my inventory again. Trying to work out what the spare parts did, I think. What's also really cool is if you level up, I think it's your engineer skill, you can actually fix the broken recyclers.
That's good.
I think it's great that you need key cards to get in everywhere.
It's very old school and I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It doesn't make it easy for you.
And even though, you know, the rooms are all quiet and that, I still was on edge because a mimic could have appeared at any time. Also, I wanted a martini.
I would be particularly annoyed if the martini glass turned out to be an enemy. So that's curious.
Yeah, what was
that? I have no idea. This is where I discovered I actually have a zoom. I was like,
That pistol does look incredibly accurate.
It really is. Because at this point I was kind of like, where do I go now?
The trauma centre. That's not a place you want to be, is it?
That's why I quit the glue gun.
Seems like it's immediately about to get more traumatic.
I just love the sound of the phantom.
Oh, so we know that there's a phantom around.
Yeah. That's the sound they make.
But you think they've taken on other people's voices?
Or recordings from around the space station. Because they say random things.
They're in the trauma centre and it says, can you walk?
Yeah. So they're learning from humans.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you think
Super
they'll
patched.
get cleverer throughout the game?
I think so.
I wonder if they'll... Well, I say I don't know, but depending on where they're from, perhaps it might affect their behaviour.
Oh, he wanted to give me a hug.
So it seemed a lot easier to take that down with a pistol.
Yeah, definitely.
The pistol looks great.
Hoarding from dead bodies, don't mind me. Things seem a lot more broken in the trauma center as well. Ironically. I wondered how carry worked. So I took this guy for a walk.
I wonder if that will come in useful.
Well, you seem to be able to pick up all sorts of objects.
Yeah.
Some first banana pudding.
Take that. Always check cabinets.
Always check cupboards. 3 medkits is an extremely good haul.
It really is.
What is that you just picked up?
Psi hypo, so I'm assuming that's for the Typhon abilities later. So like Eve hypos you get in Bioshocks. It's that type of idea.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, I dropped the soap, I'm sorry.
You can pick most things up, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the end of this game, you will have injected yourself with a lot of needles.
Yeah, basically. Another password. This is pretty cool.
Transfer Irritant 490 medical class operator ready.
So do you think you could bring those out in if you're in a combat situation?
I mean, you can hack them, but I didn't have the skill. Also, I was kind of regretting dragging that dude off the bed because I thought that robot would have done something now.
They are very similar to the machines in Bioshock.
Yeah, they really are. And that's it.
And there we go. So, thoroughly enjoyed.
Excellent. Will you be getting Prey?
You know, I probably still won't be getting Prey, but I'd be looking forward to seeing a few more clips and videos of this. You know, just they've done some cool stuff in there. The enemies look really interesting. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I think you'll be getting Prey.
Oh yes, definitely. I'm straight in there. It's definitely up my street. I love the fact that it's story driven, and I just love the story and space. So can't really go wrong.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening, guys, and look forward to Prey coming out on the 5th of May.